You may learn about the past and present of a nation that has seen severe upheaval since its founding in the 1600s by traveling to Albania's capital. In Tirana, there are crumbling Soviet-era structures next to brand-new construction projects, majestic historical monuments, and beautiful upland terrain that encircles the city to the east and begs to be explored. Each monument has a unique, intricate, and compelling tale to tell, whether it is about persecution in the 20th century or everyday life in Tirana during the Ottoman era. Additionally, the Adriatic Sea is nearby and is a great place to cool off in the summer if it becomes too hot. Let's explore the best things to do in Tirana. Before starting, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. So let's start. Pyramid. Starting with the deserted structure would seem odd. Yet the pyramid is special. It is an iconic and historically significant structure from 1987 that was finished just before communism fell. Naturally, these plans were scrapped after 1990. It was originally supposed to be a museum honoring the nation's totalitarian ruler in Vrhaksa, who reigned from 1944 to 1985. It is currently in the center of a discussion over how to handle the time following World War II, during which Albania endured 45 years of isolation. Some wanted rebuilt as a reminder of that time period, while others wanted demolished. In the meanwhile, only skateboarders and graffiti artists use it. Dajti experts. This cable car will take you up in a gondola to the impressive peak on Tirana's eastern edge, making it a great introduction to the city and a pleasant family day out. The cable car extends over a kilometer and ascends more than 800 meters up the mountainside, making it the longest in the Balkans. A tourism complex with restaurants and hotels is located at the top of the trek, which will take around 15 minutes. Although the view of the city will undoubtedly be unforgettable, there are also year-round activities available, such as horseback riding in the summer and trekking in the winter. Skanderbag Square. All of Tirana's most important buildings, including the National History Museum, Edinburgh Mosque, and Clock Tower, are gathered here. It bears the name of George Castriot, a national hero of Albania who is credited with putting a stop to the Ottoman Empire's push into Central Europe. In the square, a statue honoring Skanderbeg stands, where Joseph Stalin's statue did during the Soviet era. Neo-Renaissance building surrounds the area, and a sizable grass with flower beds completes the majestic ambience. The city's primary location for well-attended events, such as the 100th anniversary of Albanian independence in 2012, is Skanderbeg National Historic Museum. Albania and Tirana have a highly tangled past, that much is certain. Therefore, if you need a starting point, this is where you can acquire some context. The museum is divided into pavilions, each of which highlights a distinct era in the history of the area, from the prehistoric era to the 21st century. The Pavilion of Antiquity, which houses a fantastic collection of about 600 artifacts dating from the late Paleolithic to the early Middle Ages, is the most valuable in terms of archaeological riches. The most priceless exhibit is the Beauty of Durs, the most priceless antique mosaic in the nation. It dates to the 4th century BC. Dajti Mountain National Park. Don't pass up the opportunity to go farther into the mountain range that defines Tirana's eastern boundary, because it's uncommon to discover a national park right on the doorstep of a capital city in Europe. Take the trail that connects Mount Dajti with Mount Tujani, which rises to a height of 1,580 meters if you want to really get outside and take in the local environment. If you're an experienced hiker, you may ascend this peak on foot, which is the highest in the park. The effort is made for the view, which includes Lake Bavilla, a massive water reservoir, among other reasons. This lake is surrounded by towering cliffs that make for some fantastic climbing walls. Edinburgh Mosque, one of the most well-known landmarks in the city. This temple of worship was finished in the early 19th century. On January 10, 1991, 10,000 people came there to practice their religion in defiance of a government order that had forcibly outlawed Islam for nearly 50 years. This was one of the most spectacular events in Tirana's recent history. Ultimately, there was no police intrusion, and the incident signaled a turning point for Albanian religious freedom. In contrast to the standard for Islamic art, the exterior walls of this mosque include lovely landscapes like forests and waterfalls. Grand Park. The best place in the city center for some fresh air and exercise is Tirana's Grand Park, which is located just south of the renowned Biloku neighborhood. It is 230 hectares in size and contains a sizable man-made lake. This area is home to the famous presidential palace which was built right before communism despite being intended as King Zagai's house. The park also contains the tombs of a number of Albanian national heroes, including writers, philosophers, and politicians. People can be seen fishing on the lakefront all year long, which is a sign of improving water quality, while summertime offers opportunities for open-air bathing. Clock Tower. The clock tower was built by the court poet Haksai Edembe in 1822 and is one of the city's most popular tourist attractions, especially at night when it is lit. You can ascend the tower's steep spiral staircase for no charge and enjoy the breathtaking views of the city's core. The tower's clock, which has been altered numerous times over the building's history, is one of its peculiar features. The first was a German-inspired clock that was replaced by Viennese design after the Second World War. The Roman numeral clock that followed it was demolished in favor of the current Chinese clock in the 1970s. Aruga Murat Teptani. Aruga Murat Teptani is a charming promenade in the heart of Tirana that runs between the National Art Gallery and the Parliament building. It is a pedestrianized street. The Teptani family, who ruled Ottoman Albania from the 1700s to the Second World War, gave this popular artery its name. The double rows of plane trees that provide shade from the sun make the roadway especially beautiful in the summer. Some of the city's historic fortifications, built when the Teptanis and other wealthy local families fought for control of Tirana, may be seen along the path. Tanner's Bridge. This small attraction dates back to the 1700s and is an intriguing piece of Tirana's Ottoman past, providing insight into how the city operated in the years following its founding. Currently a modest stone pedestrian bridge, it served as the primary route for farmers to transport their animals into the region of butcheries and leather factories when it was first constructed. The bridge is still standing because the land river once crossed has been rerouted in modern times. The Tanners Mosque, which was built by the Tanners Guild in the 1700s, is also visible from the bridge. Cave of Palumbas. Spend a day exploring the village of Palumbas if you want to see more of the Mount Tajden National Park, which towers to the east of the city. Here, you can go on hikes and climb up to a stunning natural landmark. A 2-kilometer walk leaves the settlement and meanders through the mountains before leading to a cave filled with stalagmites and stalactites as well as signs of human activity dating back more than 300,000 years. It plunges 350 meters into the mountainside, and the Palumbas inhabitants used it as a haven during the Second World War. What do you think of our video? Which place did you like most? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. Thanks for watching.